What's up, y'all? Welcome back. So, I just wanted to go through quickly a couple of interesting videos that I had gotten. Some of them were really crappy, like they were way too dark. But I was able to play around with the contrast and the brightness a little bit, and so you can see a little bit more. Like I get that that's not like necessarily the best way to go about doing this. You can introduce or extrapolate errors that are already there. You can make worse, but I think on these, it actually, I mean, you can clearly see a couple of things that I thought was worth pointing out. So that's what I'm gonna do here real quick. I got 4 videos to go through. So this is the one that I called the Mothership, I guess, if you will. Let me pull it up here. So this was one of the first ones that I shared, and I rightfully, or justifiably got destroyed for posting this because you can't see anything. I'm gonna play it through just normal real quick. It's only a couple seconds long. So I don't even know if you can see anything. Well, I guess, yeah. I don't know if you can even see anything at all. I can see it if you... There are 2 dots, basically. It just looks like 2 stars. You can't see anything else, so, I mean, you have no idea if they're moving, like how big they are, how far away they are, any of that. But if we go down here, we can enhance. We'll turn that brightness all the way up. Let's do that real quick. So, I think you can, I guess let me point out here, the tree. You can very distinctly make out the tree when I turn up the brightness, and I don't really need to adjust the contrast, but I might as well. It doesn't really change a whole lot on this one. But anyway, you can see the tree, you can see the lights. I think I go back up to it. There's multiple trees, there's lots of trees. So you can see for sure that it's moved. And if I just scrub through it, you kind of get a better idea if you wanted to do it in relation to, like, where the certain points on the tree are at. So again, you can't really tell how far away it is, so you can't tell how fast it's going because we don't know how far away it is. But you can definitely tell that it's moving here. That much is clear. So again, I mean, I have no idea what this was. All I know is I saw 2 stars that were not shooting, but moving much too quickly through the sky. And then I noticed with my eyes, I don't see any of them here. It's hard, there's too much static to get this anyway. If I turn the contrast down, maybe we can get something. So all the way down, let's just see, and then we can always go back to the middle somewhere. No, it's still super static. So you can't, you can't really see anything behind it. But what I could see when I was looking at this was that, you have the 2 dots. What I was seeing was when this object would pass in front of a star in the sky, I could tell that the star was covered up even in the middle spot. So like it looks like these are 2 objects moving together. Also, these are not satellites. You can tell they're not moving in a linear pattern. It looks like it's fishtailing. It's kind of like if it's moving like this and then it kind of comes back around. So you can see it's moving in that direction, but it's like this. So I don't know, they're dark blimps. I have no idea. Maybe this is something man-made, but it's definitely interesting. You can't really get any sort of shape with it here. Other than you can tell that the 2 lights are moving together. It appears that they are 2 lights on one object. And again, to my naked eye, it looked like when I saw that it was covering up the stars behind it, it looked kind of like a little outline. But I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that you could see the trees when I started to adjust the brightness, so that you can tell this is moving. So still, it's a crappy video. I'm fully aware of that, but it's what I have. I'm not a videologist. Alrighty. This one is another one that was pretty awful. can't see basically anything. And it's only a couple seconds long. It's gone within 4 seconds. But this one was interesting because when I was watching, the video is longer, it goes on, but there's nothing there. So when I was watching, I only saw a red ball here that turned orange and then back to red. And when it, turned orange and then back, that's when I saw it out of the corner of my eye. And it was just a red light, so I thought it was like a car, stopping or something, lighting its brake lights. This little streak above it, though, I didn't see. That was not visible to my eyes. The ball was, this was not. So I pulled out my camera to record it, and I saw that I could notice this light, and so I was like, what is going on with that? So let's adjust the brightness on this one here, so you can get much, much clearer view. And there's the ball. You can see the ball that I was saying. But, boop, just gone. This over here, I don't know what that was. Maybe that was an artifact, that little blip right there. But it very well might have been this, because I guess I want to point out, this is almost exactly the same location as the, my good video. I guess I'll call it the red light video. I was just laughing at the red light thing. Anyway, it was almost in nearly the exact same location as that other one, and it's also a red orb. It did very, very similarly to the one I saw of the red lights video. The thing that triggered me to pull it out was it was a red ball that just kind of came into existence, turned orange, and then turned back red real quick. And both times, like basically as soon as it turned back red is when I started to record. This is the only one that I've seen where there's something on the camera that I couldn't see with my own eyes. This was the only one. But you can clear as day see it here. Is that an artifact of the camera? I don't know, maybe, but it doesn't seem like it to me. It seems like it's a light or reflection from that, from this orb. So that's all I had on that one. Let's go. This one is the, I don't know that I've even shown this one because it's so dark. I'll just let it play through again. I don't know that you can even see anything on there. But all right, that's this. Go on. Go on. Anyway, these cats, man, they're driving me crazy. So now that I'm all distracted. All right. Anyway, you can see here, I call it the Saturn Blimp because it looks like it's like a little line, like an oval basically with a ring surrounding it. So it's super dark. So I don't even think I've shown this one to anyone. I could again see this. This was the same thing I saw with my eyes is what I see on the video here. So if we go back up and adjust the brightness, you can definitely start to see where it looks like there's the ring surrounding it. Somebody shared a video or a picture that was very similar on I think it was the non-human intelligent or interdimensional whatever page, the Reddit page, but it had this same kind of blimpy oval with the ring surrounding it, except theirs was blue, but shape-wise it was very similar. And again, this was what I was seeing. It also kind of looks like an eye, or potentially you could stretch it and you could call this maybe hammer shaped. I know that was one of the 4chan notes. So I don't know. This similarly, the sighting that I think was even better than the red lights video that I wish I had gotten on. Nobody's ever gonna believe it, but it's true. It was this thing I saw basically with like 15 feet in front of my face. My backyard is not very long, and there's a tree line behind, like in my backyard. This object, or something similar to this object, was in front of my tree line, and it was the one that I kept calling the sine wave because it blinked super bright, like somebody had a spotlight on me, and then it rose up probably about 20 feet in height, and then it just made a sine wave really slowly. Until it got behind the shed in my backyard, and then I didn't see it again. It didn't come out the other side. I didn't go back. Like, I don't know what happened to it. But it was very similar to this. It's almost exactly the same. So I thought this one you could see a lot better once you adjust the contrast here, or the brightness. Let's see, we'll just up the contrast too while we're at it. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, for this. So it's super dark. Honestly, I didn't even know that there was flash for videos. I'm an idiot. I don't ever record videos or take pictures, basically anything ever. This, like doing this, like recording videos for Magic the Gathering, really was all I've ever done as far as, like, you know, filming. So I didn't even know cameras had flash for video. So there is no flash on this. So it's super dark. If I see anything, I haven't since this day, I'll get better videos with the flash on it. But anyway, I'm gonna go to the red lights video now. This is the one that I think is my coup de grace, at least for so far, because it's just the most nuts thing I have seen. Either the number 1 or number 2 most nuts sighting, and again, they were both on the same day within 3 hours of each other on my birthday. So I just thought it was funny. So if you haven't seen this one, I recommend checking it out. I shared another video of just this one. It's super quiet. I wanted to use the original, so it's really, really quiet on here. You're not gonna be able to hear it. I had to upload it into a sound enhancer when I uploaded it, because I had spoken at this thing telling it I was going to walk up to it, or I said, I'm going to approach you now, and it immediately, I mean, I don't know if it was coincidence or if it heard me and was responding or what, but it looked like it was surprised, like it didn't expect me to approach it. And it you'll see in the video what I mean by that. But you're probably not gonna be able to hear it in this because I didn't have that. Also, I have this music on. I think it makes the videos look better. I don't know if it's gonna be too loud or not. I think I have it quiet. But if it's too much, if it's too distracting, I guess let me know. I'll either adjust it or turn it off or whatever. So I'm just gonna play this through again. Do I have actually? Let me. If I have the. Okay, so it's not. This is regular. So again, this is what I was seeing with my eyes and on camera. There's a couple of interesting points to this one. There's things that'll look like it falls off of it. This one's a little longer, but it's still not very long. It's only like a minute and a half. I'm just going to let it play through here. So then I'll go back and I'll point out some things for it. So this was shot through a screen. I have a screened-in porch. So that you can see that it's, you know, kind of gridded. That's why it's not a solid red light. It looks like it's got like a checkered pattern over it. It's the screen. So yep, yeah, this was when I had said I'm going to approach you now, and as soon as I do, it moves. So right here, I still saw it with my eyes. This is the only thing that is it's been the reverse of, like I said earlier, I'd only seen the one. Just watching this is so nuts. And I get it. People keep telling me I faked it with laser pointers or something. I don't even think I own a laser pointer. Like, I might have one for the cats, but I didn't fake this. I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm not going to try to start. I'm not going to keep arguing with people. I understand that they're not going to believe me, but I did not fake this. This is a legitimate video. It was probably 50 to 100 feet in front of me. At eye level, it's probably about 5 feet. My porch is raised. It's got like 3 steps. And this thing, I'm recovering from neck surgery, so I can barely look up or down. I can like barely move my head at all. This thing was, you know, directly in my eyesight. And it was actually at basically the same spot that the other light that I had shown with the white, you know, coming off of it. Almost identical location. So they were both red lights too, and they both blinked orange. Like, for all I know, it's the same object. But there's nothing there like that would explain this. There's no, like, it's not like a house there or whatever, and there's really dense tree cover behind us, like 200 feet away, 200, 300 feet maybe, so I can't see anything past that tree cover. So this was definitely in front of those trees There are still some trees in this area, but it's like mostly a clearing, and I think this object was like in the clearing. There's a couple trees in between me and this. Somebody had said like, oh, it looks like this was split. I guess you could maybe say that, but I don't think so. I think it's just two separate lights right there. This, they say they thought that this might have been a tree and it was split, and again, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is, it looks to me to be two lights underneath of an object, and so they're reflecting down. But all right, so where was I at? Oh, just going through this here real quick. So I guess what I wanted to point out was I'm zoomed in on this, so it's shaky, but it is, I think it was moving at this point too, because you can see I wasn't quite as shaky back here. So I guess the points here, I'll mention this right there. You can see that little light. It looks like it's a direction. And then it's coming, so it looks like it's turning, like it looks like it's pointing at me. And it even looks like it's kind of changing a little bit of brightness or color there. You can see here, I don't know if that's an artifact, but I don't think so. I'll show you in a minute. Here, also this is like right after, a frame after or so, it looks like kind of a side. There is a, where was it? Well, I thought I just saw it. There's a couple of things. I haven't adjusted the brightness yet. I'm going to still, but I just wanted to. This one is, I think, the best video I have. So I wanted to go through this a little more. I think what it's doing right here is jumping around. It's making all sorts of nuts stuff here, but we'll be able to see it better on the bright when I change the brightness. But yeah, there's a couple times it looks like a red, dot falls out of it, and then like a yellow dot. We're just gonna go ahead and go up in the brightness now. So it definitely, that little streak that was coming off to the side, you can see it way better now. Here, that was what I was saying before. To me, this looks like the side, like it's a, it's a dish, and it looks like this is a rim, like this. That maybe is the other side of it, I don't know. But this part definitely looks to me like it's a wall, and there, on that side, it would make sense that it would reflect a little bit, because there are like houses in that direction with some Christmas lights and stuff, so it obviously isn't much light because there's trees in here and stuff, and we're not seeing any of that, but it very well could be the side of this that we're seeing here. And again, I don't think it's just a camera artifact. It looks to me like it's part of the object. You can see it move with it, so see how the light's moving, and that's moving all with it. So here you can see a little bit similar of that, where that light comes off, like in the other video I showed. But yeah, all this right here, it looks like it's the side, and then it gets even better. You can see it still here. Again, it looks to me like this is an object. It's a one big dish. So we're getting close to the point where I say I'm going to approach you now. Where are we at? Where are we at? Okay, so just gonna let it play here for a second. So this is when I said I'm going to approach you now. If you look at it, you can see it looks like it, you know, the lights here, it looks like it kind of, whoop, like it like zaps back into itself. And it looks like the object kind of makes this kind of motion. Let me make sure I'm in the screen here. Whoops. It looks like it kind of, you know, boom, and comes up. You know, like it does like a, it backs up and then goes up is what it looks like to me. You can see that it, like there's depth to the movement of it. You can kind of see that it's doing that. So let me back up again so you can see it again to see what I'm talking about here. You see right there where it looks like it's zoom. Also, again, the little wall there, it travels with it. So that again makes me think that that wasn't just an artifact, because you can see it on the side the whole time with the brightness turned up. And then you can see it, the one red pixel here, I don't know what that is, if it's why it would still be there. It's like the, you know, camera didn't register that the thing had just moved. So that I think actually is an artifact of the object. But you can see, again, the wall there, right where it starts to light up. So let me back up. I'll go one more time. And again, you can see a shape to this thing. And that, it looks like it's blinking or opening. I took a couple screenshots. Let's see if I can find where I was talking about there. When it comes down here. So that, again, I think is two separate lights. I don't think it's being split by a tree. None of the trees are really that particularly wide. Not that that's like super wide or anything, but yeah. So again, that same light, and then it looks like there's one to the right of it. And it looks like they're closing. Like it, you know, this is one frame, but it looked to me like they're closing. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. Okay, so you can see it starts to, you know, white light underneath. It looks again like it's opening. Like, you know, it's completely closed, starts to open, and then it looks like it rotates down, like it's, you know, moving. And then again, it looks like it closes. Again, you can see pretty clear movement here, even if it's not perfect. But yeah, this right here, that little motion, looks to me like it's closing or blinking. Like, I mean, it looks like an eye blinking. There's, if you adjust it, the contrast with it, you can get to a point where it, I mean, obviously if you adjust the contrast, like, you know, you're going to introduce crap into it, so like, I'm not saying that's what it looks like, but see what I mean? It's definitely got some sort of like heat signature to it. It looks like there's a center. But yeah, that looks like a damn eyeball to me. I mean, again, it's, and that looks like, you know, two eyeballs. Again, eyeball. So yeah, again, people kept trying to tell me this was a laser pointer and I was faking it. I dare you to try, please try to reenact this with a laser pointer. To have it do all these movements where it's jumping around and like the colors are different. It's got like a center to it and it looks like the things are opening and closing. Like, I didn't fake this, guys. Like, this is something that was literally just in my backyard. So anyway, I think that pretty much does it for this one. You can clearly see that there's a lot of things going on with this one, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything since this, really. Well, actually, that's not true. I've seen tons of drones. I have the flight radar. Tonight, in particular, I think I probably saw 12 drones. There's moments where, like, you'll look up and see 7 planes in the sky. And you'll pull up flight radar and it's like, okay, it was only 2 planes within 50 miles of me. There's definitely not 7 overhead of me. And maybe so 1 or 2 of them is actual real flights that aren't, you know, tracked or whatever, but I can't imagine there's 7 flights in the sky right above a rural area all at once that aren't on flight radar. So, and also I know for a fact I've seen some that are drones and not planes because they're literally hovering, and then you can watch them raise up like they're in the tree line. But those are all something different. Like the drones are up in the sky. This is at ground level. This is like literally 5 to 10 feet off the ground. It's no more than like 100, maybe 200 feet away from me. Everything I see in the video here is what I saw with my eyes, and then even some more. Like I said, when it disappears here for a moment, like here, right there, this instant on the camera, on the video that I shared, it, you know, you can hear me say, I don't know why it's not showing. I can still see it. But yeah, again, that to me looks like it's, you know, lights underneath something that are pointing down, and they don't necessarily look the same as these lights. Like that, they all look like different lights. That, again, I cannot help but think that looks like a wink, blink, whatever you want to call it, and then it rotates like it's, you know, opens and then shifts. So anyway, this video is already longer than I meant for it to be, but anyway, I wanted to go through these. I appreciate everybody's patience, and for those of you that have been supportive, I really appreciate it. I didn't ask for this. I am not somebody that has done like much of this before, but you know, if you see a light like this, you're gonna want to fucking tell people. I promise you, it blows your fucking mind. So if anybody else ever did see this, I guarantee they probably would try to share it, and theirs would probably look crappy too, because I don't ever record anything on camera. So, alright, well anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping in, and we'll see if I see anything else. I'll make sure to record it. I'm going to have the flash on this time so that we can hopefully try to make out a better shape of what the object is. Yeah, until next time, peace out, y'all.